Good morning, students. Let's continue the chapter Agriculture, and our today's topic is the importance of agriculture. How the agriculture is important to us, or why it is important to every one of us. We will discuss it today. You can see here some of the ways are there by which we can say by these means the agriculture is important to us, which we will discuss one by one. First one is source of livelihood. Agriculture is a source of livelihood. Come to know what livelihood means. It is the necessity of life. The things or what is the necessary for a life. Here we can say that we from the agriculture we get the food, and which is one of the essential thing for the life of everyone, every living being to be alive. So agriculture is one of the source of livelihood. Second one is contribution to national income. Agriculture is helpful in the increasing the national income. As in developing countries, most of the people are dependent on the agriculture, and by producing the or yielding the agricultural crops, they are helpful in increasing the per capita income of the country. Next is the supply of food as well as fodder. Supply of food, it is helpful in supplying the food to all the living being. So, but as well as fodder. What is fodder? Here fodder means the crops which are grown for the consumption of animals. The crops which are grown for the use of or which animals eat. Only it is consumed by the animals. That crops are called as fodder crops. So the food crops are consumed by the human beings. The fodder crops are there which are consumed by the animals. So it supplies not only the food to the human beings, but also it supplies the fodder crop to the animals. So again here the agriculture is important to us. Next is significance of agriculture in international trade. How it is important in the international trade? As it is not essential for each country that they produce all type of crops or produce that it is rich in everything, means in agriculture, in minerals and in industries, everything. Some of the countries are well developed and they are just fulfill with the industries, or they are rich in establishing the industries like the European countries. But some of the developing countries of the southeast, we can see they are rich in the agricultural product. They are producing the agricultural crops. So the countries, many of the countries are dependent to other countries for the agricultural aid. The countries which are producing or yielding in excess the crops, they export to the other countries, and the countries which are the other things which other countries are yielding, they export to the countries which they are not rich in that one. Suppose we can say that India is the largest producer of jute in the world. So it is exporting to other countries. So by this, the countries can make their relation through the international trade. Next is the source of raw material. Agricultural crops are the source of raw material. How it is that the industries that are established, many of the industries are there, they are producing the different products. Some of the industries are there who are dependent on the agricultural crops. Those industries are called as the agro-based industries. So the countries, industries that are dependent on their products on the agricultural crop as the raw material, as each industry is dependent on the raw material to produce the good. So here the agricultural crops are used as a raw materials, for example, for the cotton textile industry, the sugar industry, jute industry, edible and non-edible oil industry. They are producing the good, but they depend for their raw material on the agricultural crop. So it serves as a source of raw material. Next one is significance in transport. It is again important in transport. The agricultural oil that are produced in the field, once they are harvested, they are packed and just transported to either other states or to other countries. As I said, all the places are not rich in producing each and everything. If we talk about the agricultural crop, each state in India are not yielding all type of crops. Some states are rich in producing or yielding rice. In northeast, they are rich in yielding tea. In Punjab, Haryana, we will find they are just producing more and more wheat. In Gujarat, Maharashtra, cotton, they are producing cotton. So, after their use, what the extra are there, they are just transporting it to other states and thereafter to other countries. So here the transport works. The rail transport as well as the road transport works to transport the goods to other places. Next is the foreign exchange resource. What we talk about as the international trade. So what we are exporting to the other countries, we are importing also some of the products or some of the agricultural production. So by which this we can earn the foreign exchange also, the foreign currency. Next is the great employment opportunities. No doubt, as from the beginning, from preparing the field to sow the seeds till it harvest and just packed and transported to the market, a large number of labor is required. So it is a great source of the employment opportunity. Sowing, preparing the field, sowing the seeds, then just watering the plants, cutting the weeds or taking out the weeds from the plants, then take irrigation, watering it, then just sprinkle the insecticides and pesticides, then harvesting, preparing it, packaging. Lot of work is there and large number of labor force is required. So it is the source of employment. Next is the food security. The people who are engaged in other work or in other activities or occupation, whether they are able to get the proper food or not, but it is sure or the agriculture ensures that who are engaged in the occupation of agriculture, they must get the food to fulfill their empty stomach. So agriculture ensures the food security. The last one is the economic development. We already discussed that the people by idling the agricultural production or producing the agriculture products, that it increases the per capita income of the country, and it supports in increasing the per capita income of the country, and then increases the economic development of the country. So here we discuss about the importance of agriculture. Now, a homework is for you. From the first chapter, you all will learn from the page number 17. Figure 1.18 is there. What the homework is there? Page number 17 and figure which I already given in you in the first chapter. Figure 1.18. 1.18. You have to learn. Here it is given the colors used in conventional signs and symbols. So you have to learn which color is used for what, to show, represent on the map what. You have to learn this one. Then another thing, from the page number 18. Here the representation, first giving you not altogether representation of political boundaries and representation of transport and communication. Figure again 1.19. Figure 1.19, page number 18. These two you have to learn here, and later I will give you to learn 1.20. Till then you learn all this, write in your rough copy, draw the symbols and learn.